We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A give to Henry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on it. A fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
This effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
They'll try the air now with Newton. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. Play action. It's Newton.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Mayfield off the play fake. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Mayfield on play action. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ready to return, here's Hilliard. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Derrick Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Fourth down now after a loss of 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. They'll run. It's Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Now Newton on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. After the sack on first down, Newton going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 41. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Tackled by Darrell Taylor.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Henry again on second down.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They snap it to Newton. Got a man. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On first down, Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On second down, it's Wilkins, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jordan Wilkins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. John Ross, 35 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense already 4 for 4 on 4th down conversions. They're going to try it again here on this 4th down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final shot before the break. Newton, and they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Shot 56.
On second down now, it's Wilkins. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Here's Moore. He will return it. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the run.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A first down carry for Henry. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A toss left, Henry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They will go for it. Now Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 46. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 48 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Off to Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Newton on 1st down. This is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
On 1st down, Newton. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tanner Muse with it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll just get rid of it.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They go play action. Mayfield. And that'll fall incomplete. He was
was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
36. He's coming. Double up. Watch out.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete as well. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Flushed out right. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Titans, they've got the football back and they've got it in great field position. They'll run on first down. It's Henry, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Wilkins. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Escaping the pressure right. And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down throw for Mayfield. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that down.
Running some clock and making sure you're taking care in jeopardy.
It's our time.
And on 2nd and 10, and the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there.
And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Mayfield now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 44 yards. And the Seahawks are on their way to a 2-0 start. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Mayfield on 1st down. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry. 1st down and much more for Henry. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. This is Henry. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And again, it's Mayfield. Steps away to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.